If you are wanting to study graphic design and actually take initiative to learn it for yourself, then this is the video for you. I know, graphic design can feel very overwhelming and there's a lot to learn, but this little curriculum that I've put together for you is from a few months to up to a year of actually studying. You can use any of these tips, any of this advice to learn for yourself. My name is Paola. I'm known as Paola Casa here online, and I am a designer, a working designer, freelancer. I do everything for myself, and I'm a content creator who talks about graphic design. I have seen quite a few people lately online doing personal curriculums, and I've been really inspired by that. So I thought I would make a design specific one so that you can learn. So whether you're a beginner or intermediate or even more advanced, I think any point of this can help you and get you going. Okay, so getting started in your graphic design journey. I like to call this phase 1. So this can be the first few weeks, few months. You can really do it at your own pace. But I think it's important to start with understanding the fundamentals of design programs. And essentially that is the Adobe programs. I use them, I love them, and I think it's great to get started in the Creative Suite and start utilizing. And for this video, they're the perfect match. Adobe is an essential part of my workflow, so when using it, I like focusing on tools that actually make a difference in real projects, and that's where Harmonize in Adobe Photoshop comes in. When I'm designing in Photoshop, I use Harmonize to add more details and depth to bring my work to life, while keeping everything consistent in my projects. So let me show you how I use Harmonize to elevate my work. So in Photoshop, I select my one photo layer and I add it to my design. Now, of course, you can see right now that these two do not match. But when I click Harmonize, Photoshop automatically adjusts the color, the tones, it all perfectly matches my existing design. Whether it's adding in details to a book cover design, creating a more full world for a mock-up of my work, or simply setting the scene for a brand, Harmonize makes my workflow so much more clear. I love how this elevates my designs for my portfolio and makes it something new. So you can try Adobe Photoshop with a 7-day free trial today, and I'm so happy to be working with Adobe. So now moving on to the essential reading section of this phase of learning graphic design. I think my first suggestion is Graphic Design, The New Basics. This book has so much, it covers so much inspiration, so much about branding, and a lot about the history of design. I think it's just a perfect option for getting started. I also really love Thinking with Type. Thinking with Type is a great introduction to typography, which I obviously personally love, but it is essential in understanding the fundamentals of design as well. Typography is a huge part of design, and it goes through so much about the different styles of typography and the history of it and how to use it functionally in design work. And I just love it. I'm obsessed. And my last suggestion for this phase would be Meg's History of Graphic Design. This goes into everything from ancient history up to modern day. There is so much information in here, and I think it's really important to understand your historical context for your design work. So I definitely recommend it. And my next suggestion is to take a class. I think there are so many cool courses online. Of course, there's YouTube videos that you can watch to learn things, to learn programs and the fundamentals of design, but courses online that are free and paid are also such great resources. I personally love the I Love Creatives courses. I'll have everything linked down below that I have found that I find interesting and helpful. And yeah, I just think these are all such great options to get started. Now it's time for your exercises suggestions for this part of your curriculum, and I think it's really important to get started once you're learning the program, starting to work in them, to do things to get you inspired. Maybe recreate an existing logo into a new style. Try out new things that you haven't tried before. A lot of this is taking inspiration from other things and doing a lot of redesigns so that you can just start practicing your skills, especially within the design programs, to learn them. So that can be posters, logos, book covers, whatever inspires you, get into it, get started. And I think it's important to start working on quicker design exercises. A lot of those can be found within books that you get in design, and work on pattern, color, form, shape, things that will help you succeed. Okay, so entering phase 2. Within phase 2, hopefully you're understanding the programs a bit more, but my book suggestions for you would be Grid Systems by Kimberly Elam, but I also have this Typographic Systems book, which also covers a lot of grid work as well. I think it's really important to start understanding editorial, layout, function, and just all of the design principles that you need to know. This is a good time to get into Design Elements, a graphic style manual. This has so much information. Again, it's a good book for a beginner, but it's also good for learning more and more in colors, in form, in space, and there's just so much information in these books. I love them. I think they'll definitely help you in doing your design exercises. From here, you can start doing layout, editorial. I like making little zines. I think that's a really fun way to exercise your design work and your skills, and I just love it. It's also a great time now into your design work to start building brands. Start making brand designs, whether they're just mock-ups, just for fun, redesigns, like building full branding projects. That's a great way to keep working. So now you're in phase 3. How'd we get here so fast? I don't know, but you're becoming a professional designer with all of the work that you put in, and I love this for you. I think it is so great to start studying and learning more on your own, and there's a few more books that I want to suggest. I don't own these books, but Steal Like an Artist and Do Good Design are such interesting books as you get more into what you want to do in your design work, if that makes sense. I feel like it's a good time to start honing in on your skills. So this now includes finding inspiration. I mean, we're always finding inspiration, but I think it's a good time to really find your niche, find your design style. I think we're always searching for that, but it's great to start focusing on what you want to focus in. Like specifically for me, I do typography, so I am now doing like things like type posters in my spare time and working on that as design exercises for myself. So I think it's great to find what you love and start working on that as well. And now that you're starting to build your work, it's a great time to set up a portfolio, whether that's on Behance, which I love. I have a portfolio on Behance. This is where I share a lot of my design work, a lot of my branding projects, which I have started moving away from with my type work, but I think it's a great place to hold your designs and have such cool creative ways to show it. But you can also have your own website as well if that's important to you. It's very important to me as a designer, so I like having a design portfolio on both sites just to show things in different ways. So that's entering phase 4. Phase 4 is where you get into what you really want to do. I think it's important from all of the design work and all of the studying you're doing to study the things that you want to as well. I specifically am always drawing in my type journal, always creating letter forms and designing that way because it's what I love. But I also really go back to art history and learning more of that as well to inform my design work. And so it's more like side quests, but I love it. And that is your personal design curriculum. And I know that there's a lot of aspects to art and design, and then there's even more in-depth stuff you can do. I mean, you can read more art history, you can read more about logo history, you can visit museums for yourself, you can go out there in the world and take a physical class, but I hope this helped in any way to get you started or get you going or get you inspired into learning design for yourself. I really believe that all this information should be free and clear and easy to understand, and I like to put it into actionable steps for you guys, of course for free on YouTube. I love having advice for you, so let me know what other types of videos you want to see and give this video a like if it helped you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye!